Call Podcast.
Whatever you've gone through in life, just know that you are still called.
Kids and young adults, expanding the gospel reach, exposing the future generation of belief to creative ministry mindset.
You got 1 moment.
Son, if that ain't Jesus calling, shut it off.
This is the Call Podcast.
What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Jaslyn Collins, and it feels so good to be back in the podcast room. Today I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, but you probably already know them. But
I'm Lexi Bonner.
I'm CJ Johnson.
And I'm Lisa Roper.
And this is the Call Podcast. I'm just playing. But the first question, we're just going to do a little icebreaker real quick. My question would be, what is your favorite praise and worship artist or gospel artist right now, and why?
Can it be a group?
It could be anybody.
I like Maverick City.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Why?
It'd just be moving my spirit.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love Maverick though.
Nah, I'm gonna go Caleb Gordon, Christian rapper. I really grew up on him, and I don't know. He just be hitting. I ain't gonna lie. So Caleb Gordon for sure.
For me, I'm going to actually go with Alex Jean. Was it Hulvey? Hulvey. They're both Christian rappers, and I go with them because I don't really even listen to secular rap like that, but I like the way that they flow, and I be listening to them when I work out, so they be getting me through it.
Period.
That's what's up. So if you had to put them against each other, who would you pick?
Alex.
Why?
Because I like his flow a little bit more.
For sure.
Yeah.
He got that little Pop Smoke type flow.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine.
Well, I'm gonna go Ty Dulaney because I just love Ty. The first time I heard him ever, I fell in love with him. I just love his, his flow and how he does certain things, and he's a word based. He opened up a Bible and came up with the whole song, multiple songs actually. So I really do love Ty Dulaney. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next question would be, what have you learned from the times you've settled for less? We're getting straight to it. Straight to it.
For me, when I settle for less, I end up getting hurt. And then it's a longer process to recover and to get healed and crawling back to the Lord when I should have listened the first time. So I don't try not to settle for less.
Yeah. Like she said, it's like I don't know. It's kind of like touching the stove when you know it's hot. Like, why would you touch it? So, like, settling for less is kind of like a slap in the face because you know you're worth more, but you settled for less. So, I think in those times I just sit back and be like, all right, I'm worth more than this, so why would I, go back to those things for sure. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say when I settle for less, I learned that I'm worth more. It's those lessons where you actually have to delineate the situation that you actually went through and be like, why did I even accept that? And I know that there's potential for more outside of this situation. I'm worth more than that. So that's what I would say that I learned.
Yeah, I think the same way. Like, I know going into the situation, like, this is not, what I'm worth and what I deserve, period. Which leads me into the next question. Why is it easier for us to settle for less? I feel like because it's just convenient, like more requires more from us, and so we know that we deserve more. So it just is easier for us to just do whatever, and that's just settling for less.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like in that, what comes to mind for me is you don't know what you don't know. So I feel like low self-esteem, probably I would say sometimes low self-esteem and not knowing that there is more. Because like I always say, everybody's dealt a different hand. So you may have to go through this situation and see that there are other better situations that you could have went through generational curses.
Mm-hmm.
People think that's the, in their family that's the norm because they don't know that there is more. But once you're exposed to more and you realize that, hey, this is not the life that I'm supposed to be living. This is not the life that God called for me. Then, I feel like you see better. But I feel like not knowing what you don't know and low self-esteem will cause somebody to settle for less.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like a lot of times it's like first impression. Like you first meet a person and it's kind of like, okay, they all peaches and cream right now, but what happens when things hit the fan?
Yeah.
When things hit the fan. So I just kind of think like, I don't know, like first looks can be deceiving. Mm-hmm. Like when everything's good, but you'll really know a person when trouble comes. So I think settling for less is, okay, what does this person do under pressure? Like, what does this person do when times aren't good? So I think less comes in that. So, yeah.
I don't know if anyone else deals with this, but I think I tend to settle for less is when I pray for something and I don't sit long enough for God to speak to me. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is what God is telling me, but it's technically not what God's telling me because I misinterpret my waiting season. So that's why when I do settle for less, I either get heartbroken or something traumatic happens or it is not good.
And then to me with that, what you saying that, it's almost like when you are waiting and then, you ask for God and then you're trying to expedite that waiting season and it seems like something that you want and you go straight for that. And it's like, no, that's not even what I was trying to give you. Like you're asking me for something and you're trying to curate that on your own.
Right.
That's not what I was making for you. And then that's when you end up, like you said, settling for less. When it's like you trying to create this whole situation by yourself when you ask me. Why you ask me and then go put your hand in it?
Okay. So I got a question for y'all. So I know y'all were talking about like the waiting season and stuff like that, but when do you feel as if it's time to go?
I think I'm working on having discernment for that, or like I'll read a scripture and then I misinterpret the whole thing and then I'll go to like CJ or Mama Tasha or my parents and I'm like, oh, that's what that means? Like I should have been left a long time ago. I'm just sitting here interpreting something else. Yeah. So it takes time for me.
I believe it depends on what the situation is. If it's something that's, for me, if it's something that's more risky, I'm slow to do it because I really want to wait for the voice of God, and I'm still learning how to discern what is the voice of God. So when it comes to riskier situations, I'm more hesitant with that. But like when it concerns my calling or my purpose or stuff that I do in ministry, I'm facing it, head on. Like I'm not going to, shy down or, wait for any moment to happen. I'm going to push myself to the occasion. So.
Yeah, and for me, I've been working on this, and again, I'm still learning on recognizing and hearing God's word and knowing that it's truly Him. But I've started doing the prayer of like, God, if this is meant, or I'm asking you for this, and if this is what you're telling me, whatever you're saying to me, I'm asking you to make it so loud, so clear that I can't think that it's anything else, that I can't confuse it with my own intuition and my own thoughts. I can't confuse it with something that somebody said to me that's sticking in my head now. Like, I want you to make it so loud, so clear to where I cannot deny it and I can't confuse it with anything else.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
What about you?
See, it's hard for me because I kind of just go. Like, I don't really like the wait. I just go. So, I mean, it's kind of like the opposite for me. Sometimes I got to sit back and be like, all right, let me just be patient. Let me plan stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me plan stuff out. But, yeah, I'm just go all the time. So, I mean, now it's just like, all right, let me be strategic. Let me plan. Let me do this. So, yeah.
My question also would be, what is the bare minimum to you, just in life in general?
I feel like what I can't do myself, or something that I can't really, I don't know, something that I don't really do myself. So say, for example, boom, like you need this and this and this now. Like for me personally, if I can already do that, I don't really need anybody for that. You know what I mean? Unless it's like something that I would like for somebody to do. You know what I mean? But if I can't already do it myself, or if it's not a burden for somebody, I wouldn't, like, that would be the bare minimum for me. Like, if I can't do it myself, or, you know, if it would be nice for somebody to do. So.
Okay. For me in my life, just in life in general, I would say just existing and also having the talent or gifts for something. I think that's the bare minimum. I think what will take it to the next level is what you're actually doing, like how far you're willing to go, stuff like that. I think that's what my bare minimum is for life.
My bare minimum would be like average. So, for example, I'm an assistant track coach at LaVergne High School. Shout out to Coach Johnson. But so a lot of times we always are saying to the athletes, you know, average, average, average. And you got to go and if we are doing like some sit-ups or whatever, crunches or whatever, and we tell you to do 25, you doing 25, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Why don't you do 30 if you're trying to get better, if you're trying to exceed everything? Because, again, like we say in track, times don't lie.
Facts.
So if you trying to get better, if you're trying to do better, why, when we say do 25, you're going to sit there and do only 25? Do 30.
Facts.
You know, you're trying to set yourself apart. So to me, bare minimum is accepting average and right at that fine line to me.
Mine's kind of similar as well. It's like I'll start something, but I don't do the extra stuff like you said. I'm not reaching my full potential. I'm not thinking outside the box, or like he said, planning things out and going above and beyond. So I think that's my bare minimum, is when I'm just there and I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
And can I add one more?
Okay.
See, I'm on y'all side. Effort. Definitely effort. Going back to like average and stuff like that. Like, if you can tell when certain people and certain things are actually putting effort into it. So if you're not seeing effort, then it's just kind of like, that's not even minimum. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can go and haphazardly do something, but if you're actually putting effort into it, you can see the results. So definitely effort, for sure. Bare minimum.
And my final question would be, how can we take our less and make it more?
Okay.
Giving it to the Lord.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I don't pray about it and I just do it.
Yes.
I jump to it and then I end up the opposite direction than where I'm supposed to.
That's hard sometimes.
It is very hard.
With me, taking my less and making it more, I agree with Lexi. Giving it to God, like, for real. Just like giving it to Him and trusting in Him, because I can't do no better than He could do. That's it. Like, if I want something exceedingly abundantly, I'm going to have to give it to Him.
Come on, scripture.
Yeah, period.
And accepting it. Accepting it,
Yeah,
whatever He tells you.
Exactly. And accepting it, whether He tells me yes or whether He tells me no.
Right.
Whether He says, no, this is a season where you go have to kind of like marinate in it. I'm gonna have to, you have to learn to accept that. But when it, like, truly just giving it to Him in general and letting Him cast a vision more than what I have. But yeah.
I would say just learning from like other people in your field. I mean, because I've been kind of in that season where, I just learn from other speakers, other preachers, but also like other athletes as well. So just learning like different styles and incorporating them into your own. I think that's how I'm turning my lesson to more, is just learning from what I consider like the greats and the goods and stuff like that, and just trying to, make it like me, I guess, like make it into my own style. So that's how I turn lesson to more.
I will agree with you. Like, just taking my craft and everything that I have and seeing what I can do with it to take it to the next level. Learning different things, getting back into the learning, and sharpening those tools that I do already have so I can put them to use. I think that's what is most important.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Factual.
Would that be all today?
That be all?
Yeah.
Shout out to Minister CJ. He expedited
Oh,
it,
yes.
and he made it his own style.
You did your
Appreciate
thing.
you.
Period.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We will be next week, correct? Be tuned back in tonight.
What?
My
Hey, wait.
speech is going crazy
Wait.
today. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, listen. Say, I got you.
Thank you, because I don't
We
know
gonna
what's
recover.
going on today.
We're gonna recover. Look, okay. Let it. Wait. Wait. I'm back. And I'm not light. Keep on playing. I'm white. No, disabled black. Comments J when I get to the rack. Yeah, and I just get with the facts. Get with the facts. Yeah, I got facts. Telling the truth. Like the book of the roof. And like Esther. Yeah, I pull up by Pester. No, I'm like Hester. Returning ball.
He's making it worse now.
Touchdown. Hester. Devin Hester.
Pester? What is pester?
Like pestered. You're bothered.
My Lord.
Okay.
My Lord.
I thought it was festered.
Flustered.
Oh,
Roasted.
it's flustered.
Eating ice cream like it's custard.
We proclaim our faith in Sunday school and Sunday school. Sanctuary to the street.
I just gave y'all a straight bar.
I'm not even nervous. I don't know why.